Chanakya's secret: how to defeat an enemy without war. Arthashastra Wisdom: what if wars were won without a single weapon? Discover the ancient strategy of Chanakya, the mastermind behind India's first great empire. From economic sabotage to trade warfare, Arthashastra reveals secrets of defeating enemies without battle. The Arthashastra by Chanakya, also known as Kautilya or Vishnugupta, is believed to have been written around 300 BCE, during the time of the Maurya Empire, particularly under the rule of Chandragupta Maurya. Key points: Chanakya was the chief advisor and strategist to Chandragupta Maurya. The text was lost for centuries and rediscovered in 1905 CE by scholar Shamasastry, who found a manuscript in a library in Mysore. While its core ideas are ancient, some parts of the Arthashastra may have been compiled or edited later, possibly up to 2nd century CE. It is considered one of the earliest and most comprehensive treatises on politics, economics, espionage, diplomacy, law, and warfare. Here's a summary of key strategies from the Arthashastra that relate to financial and political power, especially useful for statecraft, national security, and economic dominance. 1. Strengthen internal economy taxation system, fair but efficient taxes to ensure state income without overburdening citizens. State monopolies on salt, mining, alcohol, and key industries to control wealth. Agriculture and trade, encouraged as the backbone of the economy, irrigation and granaries were crucial. 2. Self-sufficiency, Swavalamban, dependence on foreign nations was discouraged. Promoted indigenous production and protection of local industries. 13. Economic warfare: sabotage enemy economy, disrupt trade routes, create scarcity, spread rumors to collapse confidence in enemy markets. Use of spies, to gather economic secrets, manipulate markets, and incite unrest in enemy territories. Bribery and psychological tactics, break the enemy's internal unity and loyalty. 4. Strategic diplomacy, mandala theory, nations are surrounded by enemies and allies, like concentric circles. Neighbor's neighbor is your friend, form alliances to isolate and weaken enemies. Trade as a weapon, use trade benefits or embargoes as leverage in diplomacy. 5. Wealth as power, a king's strength lies not only in his army but in his treasury, kosher. Hoarding wealth in times of peace to use in times of war. 6. Control of information, use of propaganda to shape perception and control internal and external morale. Fake markets, controlled inflation, and counterintelligence were all part of Chanakya's strategies. 7. Punishment and law, Niti, strict enforcement of laws ensured economic discipline. Corruption was treated as a severe crime, officials were frequently tested and rotated. These ideas from 2300 years ago still resonate in modern geopolitics. Chanakya's Arthashastra blends realism with deep strategic insight, like India's own ancient version of The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Don't forget to like the video, comment with your thoughts, subscribe for more ancient Indian wisdom or strategy, share with fellow history lovers.